If you're only hearing the words that people are saying, then you're not giving your undivided attention. It's all about silencing the chatter in your own mind and truly focusing on what someone's communicating. When you're fully present, you demonstrate that you value the other person's perspective. You build trust, you create a sense of psychological safety, and you gain a deeper understanding of the other person's thoughts and feelings. It's kind of like you're giving them a gift, the gift of your attention. And let's be real, people are attracted to leaders who make them feel heard and valued. It shows that you're empathetic, approachable, and genuinely interested in their well-being. These are the qualities that build strong relationships, both personally and professionally. So how do you actually get started? First, put away your phone, close your laptop, and make eye contact. Focus on the other person's body language and their tone of voice. Basically, what you want to do is silence your inner critic and just listen. It's pretty much that simple. Next, let's talk about asking more questions than you answer. This might seem counterintuitive, especially for leaders who are used to being the expert. But the truth is, asking questions is a powerful way to engage others. You also stimulate their thinking and you gain valuable insights. And you got to remember, numbers and data don't lie. Because when you ask questions, you also demonstrate that you're curious. You also show that you're open-minded and you're willing to learn from others. This gives you the opportunity to empower your team to think critically, also share their ideas, and take ownership of their actual work. Again, the best ideas often come from the people on the front line, not the corner office. By asking questions, you also tap into the collective wisdom of your team, and you create that culture of innovation. I used to think that as a leader, I had to have all the answers, but I quickly learned that asking the right question is far more powerful. It helps me understand my team's perspective. It helps me also identify potential problems and make better decisions. So, how do you get started? You always want to lead with questions like, what do you think? How would you approach this? Or, what are your concerns? Or, what are your concerns? Focus on open-ended questions that encourage dialogue and collaboration. Reflective listening, it's not just about repeating back what someone said. It's about understanding the emotions and the underlying messages behind the words. When you practice reflective listening, you also demonstrate that you're not just hearing the words, you're understanding the person. You build rapport, you create a safe space for open communication, and you gain a deeper understanding of their perspective. Most people are going to feel like they can trust you more and respect their leaders when they demonstrate that empathy and emotional intelligence, because it shows that you're not just focused on the bottom line, you're also invested in the well-being of the individuals and the team. And you could do that by using phrases like, what I hear you saying is, or it sounds like you're feeling ... Basically, pay attention to things that the other person is doing, like their body language and their tone of voice, and then ask those clarifying questions. When we talk about things like reading between the lines, this is about understanding the nonverbal communication, the body language, the facial expressions, the tone of voice, and how it can impact the message that's actually being conveyed. When you learn to read between the lines, you gain a more complete understanding of the other person's message. You can identify potential concerns, understand their emotional state, and you can respond more effectively. And let's be real, people are a lot more likely to be honest and open when they feel understood and supported. By paying attention to nonverbal communication, you actually create a culture of trust and transparency. You can start by paying attention to the other person's posture or their eye contact and their facial expressions. Listen for changes in their tone of voice, and don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions if you're unsure about what they mean. So there you have it, the power of listening. By being fully present, asking more questions, practicing reflective listening, and reading between the lines, you can transform your leadership skills and create a culture of collaboration and success.